Greetings, friends. I'm AK.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
the Chainsaw Girls. On today's episode, you guys, I am so friggin' hyped for this. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my sweater.
And you already know.
Oh my God, we are covering 1984's A Nightmare on motherfucking Elm Street, baby.
The OG.
Boo-boo.
We have covered part 3 in a previous episode if you want to go check that one out. Part 3 being my personal favorite.
I love Dream Warriors, man.
Yes.
Dream Warrior. It's the best. Love it.
But we got to talk about the OG.
Dude, it's the fucking G, man.
I wanted to wear my Freddy. I got like this sheer crop top.
Dude, if you wore it, I would have worn it. We could have, okay, but at some point we got to match.
We're going to wear it, but imagine sitting here doing this episode in a fucking crop top. I would die.
Dude, the only time I can do it is if I'm not like comfy. Like when I cosplay.
I can't sit here comfortable in a crop top.
No.
And a sheer one?
Absolutely not. No.
Anywhu.
This was written and directed by Wes Craven.
Of course.
It had a budget of $1.1 million and it grossed $57.1 million at the box office. However, I'm sure it has grossed way more than that over the years.
Oh, yeah. If you don't know, which I'm sure you do, but if you don't, this is where Freddy Krueger comes from. And it's a whole franchise.
Oh, we love Fred. Fred wasn't my introduction to horror. Jaws was. But Freddy was like up there. I used to rent the Freddy movie or the Nightmare on Elm Street movies all the time.
Yeah, it is a lot easier to just say Freddy movies. Same thing with Chucky. The Chucky movies. I know they're not called Chucky movies, but Chucky was my introduction. Freddy was probably second.
Yeah, and we've talked about how much we love. Like we went through it and talked about all the icons and who our favorites are. And I think we ranked them on Patreon. But Freddy is up there as one of my number ones.
Oh,
maybe number one.
One of my number ones.
It's so hard because I just have space in my heart for so many of them. But Freddy holds a very special place in my heart. I fucking love him.
We talked about it fluctuates sometimes. I think Freddy is my number one, though.
Oh, he's just the best. He's such a witty motherfucker.
Surprisingly, I don't have a lot on Freddy. I don't have a lot of figures or toys here on Freddy. I do have this sign here if you're watching on YouTube, the little Welcome to Elm Street. And I have this little dog toy that I bought for my cats.
It's cute.
Just because I wanted it.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about it. There's no catnip in it, so they don't care.
Yeah.
But I care.
It's super cute. I'm kind of sad that we've done both Nightmare on Elm Street movies here because I have a full, I have a ton of Freddy Krueger toys. I have a huge Freddy versus Jason setup.
Okay, next time we do one, because I'm sure we'll cover another from the franchise, we have to do it at your house.
Yeah, I have a lot of Freddy Krueger around my house.
You have a lot around your house.
Dude, I have the poster framed next to the Halloween poster framed. As soon as you walk into my house, you can see The Exorcist, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and Halloween.
Hell yeah.
They're awesome. Okay, should I read IMDb?
Yes.
Teenager Nancy Thompson must uncover the dark truth concealed by her parents after she and her friends become targets of the spirit of a serial killer with a bladed glove in their dreams, in which if they die, it kills them in real life. That was a pretty good description, IMDb.
Yeah, and pretty intense. You read it really well.
Thank you. I've been really trying to make it sound better when I read.
You know what I just realized? I have a Freddy mug. It's his face, and I didn't bring it down here. I feel like a failure. But you know what?
I'm sipping out of a Tiffany mug, so we hit the mark on that one, but that's all right.
Yeah, I have my Horror Nights mug on the table. You know what? That's manifesting that we go this year, so we're just going to leave it.
I love this. Is how we're starting our episode.
Look, this is the last one of our loop, so we're a little loopy.
We're getting there, though.
But we saved the best for last.
Heck
No offense to any of the other ones.
Okay, do you want to do any tidbits, or should we jump into the movie and then just start tidbitting as we go?
Yes, the latter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we open by seeing someone welding. They're making something. They are making the glove with the claws under the iconic Freddy Krueger glove, which we also learned rewatching this, or realized, I should say, they don't really refer to him as Freddy in this movie yet.
No, he's Fred.
He's credited as Fred Krueger in this movie. Robert Englund, of course, the icon.
Oh, isn't he so amazing?
I've never met him, and it makes me really sad. I really want to.
I want to meet him so bad.
I thought you would have.
I've never met him, dude. I want
shocks
to.
me.
I know. I really, really want to.
We will.
The person that we see here that's welding is actually a special effects makeup artist. His name is Charles Bellardinelli.
Bellardinelli, I think.
Bellardinelli. I'm going to hope to God I'm saying that right. Because he was the only one that actually knew exactly how to cut the glove and insert the blades and stuff. So that's why they used him.
And that happens a lot throughout this movie where it's supposed to be Freddy, which it is Freddy, but it's not Robert Englund. It's usually a special effects person doing that because they were more equipped.
Exactly. Yes.
So this is supposed to be Freddy Krueger, though, and he's making his own glove.
Yes, exactly.
And we cut to a blonde girl running through a wet hallway.
Oh, poor Tina.
This is Tina.
Tina.
But the score gives me life. Those little oh no, I don't want to sing it. Never mind. I'm gonna butcher it. Can we cut that?
When I need no, we're not cutting that. When I need a serotonin boost, I put on I'll be driving in my car, I put on the original A Nightmare on Elm Street soundtrack or Halloween.
Oh yeah.
And it just fills me up with positive vibes, man.
For me, it's also or the intro song to Phantom of the Opera.
I have it on my playlist, dude. We've talked about this.
It goes so hard.
It is so good. It's like Goosebumps.
Yeah.
The Goosebumps theme.
Don't even get me started. I'll start twerking to the Goosebumps theme. I ain't playing around.
For real. Okay. So Tina is she's like in a boiler room, essentially. She's walking around. She's definitely in a dream, we will find out. And
yes.
it feels very dream. We see like a goat walk by. It's kind of weird.
I think it's a lamb.
Oh.
And I think that's because it's supposed to symbolize lamb being brought to the slaughter. Or like her innocence.
I love that. Can I also say I've had so many nightmares, multiple nightmares, just like this.
Really?
Oh, I've had my fair share of Freddy nightmares. I have them at least once a year.
After you watch this movie, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably because I've been watching it since I was little. It just like kind of festered in my subconscious, and now he just pops up every now and then.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
But yes, Tina is in the boiler room. If there's one thing that Freddy Krueger loves, it's a boiler room brawl, baby. Like it's 1999 WWF.
Oh, hell yeah.
She's being stalked by someone, which of course is Freddy. You hear laughing. It's damp. It's moist in there. Okay.
Ew, why? Why?
I'm sorry. That word does not bother me.
Ew.
I'm sorry. I know a lot of people hate that word, but it is. It's just very damp in there.
It's damp.
And looks like it would smell mildewy.
I hate that smell, dude.
Ugh.
Yuck.
We see the claw glove rip through a sheet of some sort to symbolize Freddy is coming. And she runs to where the boiler is open. Like there's a flame. A man jumps up behind her. Of course, this is Freddy. Tina wakes up. So that was just a dream.
Dude, like, can I just say, like, when she shoots up, like, she's like, and her mom walks in. Her mom is the worst.
Her mom and her mom's boyfriend.
Oh, her mom's boyfriend, also the worst. But just like the parents in this movie, like, drive me absolutely crazy.
Oh, yeah. All the parents are flawed as humans are, but they're like a little more flawed than you would like to see in a parent.
No, absolutely. We also find out here that the mother at least thinks that Tina is scratching herself.
Yeah, because she has claw marks across her nightgown. She was scratched.
Yes.
She just tells her to cut her nails.
Like,
and then the boyfriend comes in mumbling to the mom. Like you can tell he's like, come back to bed, baby. And she just leaves. I'm like, ew.
no, it's so terrible.
People that put their boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever, over their children.
Gross.
I can't.
Gross.
I will fight you.
Yeah.
For real.
No, for real.
It happens way too often.
No, it really does. So the next day we're at school and we're introduced to our main players here. We've got Rod, Nancy, and Glenn. This is Johnny Depp plays Glenn. This is his film debut. Can we talk about that coif?
You love the word coif lately.
No,
but it's true. It's true.
It is some big ass hair, man.
Like it was the 80s, so I get it. But I feel like even for the 80s, it was a little uncharacteristic. Like there was no product in that shit.
No. Absolutely not. For sure. We find out Rod and Tina are together and Nancy and Glenn are together. And Rod comes across like a real big douche.
Yes. Tina is played by Amanda Wiss. Nancy is played by Heather Langenkamp.
Oh, I love her.
And we already mentioned, of course, John,
you know,
Glenn.
You know,
I was
John
going
Depp.
to say,
you know him, John.
Don't you know John Depp? It's because I was looking at the name Glenn when I said that. You know, John. I mean, that is his name. But yes, Glenn is played by Johnny Depp.
Oh, shit.
I have a fun fact about the actor who plays Rod, but I'll save it for the end.
Oh, I want to hear it.
Oh, should I tell it now?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll tell it now. So a huge documentary that we watched.
Dude, If you love A Nightmare on Elm Street, you have to watch Never Sleep Again. It's like 6 or 7 hours long. I've watched it through multiple times.
I think it's just 4.
Oh.
Either
you
way.
know what? I'm thinking Crystal Lake Diaries.
Oh,
that
okay.
one might be 6 hours.
Okay.
Also a good one.
Never Sleep Again, the Elm Street Legacy
Yes.
is, I think I watched it on Tubi, actually.
Oh.
It's on Tubi right now.
I own it, I think.
At least this time of this recording. So Rod is credited as Nick Corey. You might have noticed in the opening credits. However, his name is actually Jesus Garcia. And his agent at the time gave him a new name so he could pretend that he was Italian, because the actor says in this interview that at the time, it was well known that a Latin actor would not make it.
Wow.
So because of his ethnicity, they were like, actually, we're going to give you a different name.
Holy
You're not going to be
shit.
Garcia.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. Ugh, and really disappointing. My
And really
God.
a sign of the times.
Yeah, sign of the times for sure. So, so we're introduced to our players. Great. Later, Nancy and Glenn go over to Tina's house.
Yes, and we also see the first shot of the little girls in the distance jump roping
Yes.
and singing the 1-2 Freddy's Coming For You song.
Most iconic song ever.
Yes.
I love it.
I almost want to like say all the words. Should we say all the words to it if they don't know? Or
I think we
just leave it?
should,
Okay.
yeah.
So 1-2 Freddy's Coming For You. I'm not going to sing. 3-4 Better Lock Your Door. 5-6 Grab
your
crucifix.
crucifix.
I almost said pick up sticks. 7-8 Stay Up Late.
Yep.
9-10 Never Sleep Again.
Never fucking sleep again. It's so great. It's so great. Can you tell I've had a lot of caffeine?
Can you
okay.
tell I have not? I'm like, uh-huh.
So we're at Tina's house, and here, like, the kids are just being kids, right? Like, they're pranking, I want to say Tina's mom or Glenn's mom. They're kind of chatting, but we find out here that Tina's been having these reoccurring nightmares, and Nancy has been having similar nightmares. They both see this Fred character. They don't call him that, but
Yeah.
they both have the same person in their dream, and it's the same kind of idea, concept.
Yeah, Nancy's very casual about it. She's like, yeah, I dream about this guy with the long fingernails. Actually, they're more like finger knives. And he wears this dirty red and green sweater. And she's just kind of like, whatever. But Tina's like, bro.
Yeah, Tina's like, wait a second. And you know what? I asked you this when we were rewatching it. Glenn looks over, and he has this look on his face to me of like, oh, wait a second, I've had that dream. But then he doesn't say that at all. He never even alludes to it.
Yeah, we don't ever hear him admit to having the same dream.
Yeah, but it was just that look on his face.
Yeah,
of
I feel like he probably did, because Tina, Nancy, and we find out Rod
Yeah.
are all having the same dream.
So why wouldn't Glenn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong, but just something I noticed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so Glenn is like, no, that's impossible. You're not dreaming about the same man. So maybe he's just in denial.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting look he had on his face.
For sure. So they hear a noise outside and they go to investigate. Glenn, of course, leading, as he should.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm going to punch your lights out, whoever you are.
He's a handsome dude.
He is. Then Glenn gets tackled by Rod. So Rod's just goofing around. You know, he's the prankster. He's the clown of the group.
I can't stand him, dude.
Earlier he says to one of them, up yours with a twirling lawnmower.
I mean, that's a pretty good line.
It is a good line. So Tina is like, no, Rod can't stay. Glenn is just leaving. You're not staying over. She lies about her mom being home. She says she is home.
Yeah.
Because Rod asks. And Rod knows that she's lying. And so he insists. And it ends up all 4 of them do stay over Tina's house.
Yes, Nancy is in one room, Glenn's in another room, and Tina and Rod are having the loudest sex I have ever heard in my entire life.
They are full on banging, like so inconsiderately loud.
This happened to me in high school once. I was hanging out at my friend's house. His girlfriend came over. He went in the other room, and they had the loudest sex. And I was so uncomfortable, but I was like 15 or 16 at the time, so I just didn't feel like I had the right to like just leave or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking even back then, like, I don't think you guys having sex is cool.
You're not fucking cool.
Yeah, like, why do people do that?
You know other people are in the house. Have some fucking decorum.
You just be quiet. I mean, unless she's having like earth-shattering like orgasms.
It sounded like she was.
But I just like
But I also feel like
no.
I doubt it.
No way.
I
That was
d-
theatrical, baby. That
The
was
wa-
theatrical.
Yes, the way she was screaming, I feel like she was faking it.
Yeah.
Also, it reminded me of A Vampire in Brooklyn, the scene
Yes.
where she thinks her friend is having a great time over there, but he is not, or she is not.
And also Leslie Vernon.
Yes.
When like the quote unquote virgin is like reverse cowgirl
Reverse
style.
cowgirl, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God. Okay, anyway, so they're having very, very loud sex, all right? So after sex, Rod admits to Tina that he had a nightmare last night.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we find out multiple kids are having this Fred nightmare, right? And they go to sleep.
Yeah, he doesn't elaborate on what the nightmare was.
No, he doesn't. He just kind of tells her, I've been having nightmares.
But he's also kind of a dick about it. He's like, yeah, you don't corner the market on nightmares. Guys have nightmares too. Like, all right, relax.
It comes across just very defensive. And it's that thing too of like boys aren't supposed to tell men are kind of told not to tell how they feel and keep their feelings secret. And so he goes about it in a very man way.
Yeah.
But they fall asleep and Tina's crucifix falls off the wall
onto Nancy.
And Tina wakes up. This startles her somehow, right? She turns over and she checks on Rod. But Rod is like under this. He's like under the sheet. So you can't see him. He just looks kind of like a pile underneath the sheet, right? But she hears something. So she gets out of her bed and she looks out the window. And she can hear like, it almost sounds like cracks or like scratching. And then her window cracks.
Yeah.
So it's very much like dreamlike.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like someone was throwing pebbles at her window, and then the crack looks like a bullet. It's like kind of a hole.
Oh, okay.
Which it very well could be. She's in a dream state, right?
Yeah.
I guess at this point you don't know for sure that she's dreaming, but she is.
Yeah, exactly.
So above Nancy as she sleeps, we see a face and hands stretching through the wall like it was made out of rubber. This is an effect that has always stuck with me from this franchise.
Oh my God. Dude,
I feel like it's
so
a staple.
Scary.
They do that a lot.
Yes.
Where it's like Freddy's face coming through looking like it's through rubber. So this was shot by stretching a sheet of spandex across a hole in the wall and pressing against it.
Whoa.
And Freddy is played by special effects designer Jim Doyle here.
Whoa, that's so cool. I love that you got that.
Hell yeah. So Tina goes outside at this point, which I was like, why? Like, don't go outside. Look out the window, but don't go outside.
I know. I was yelling at her too. But you know what?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? She doesn't know Fred's out there.
No, she doesn't. But she's about to. So she's in an oversized button-up shirt, presumably Rod's, and underwear, okay?
Yeah.
No shoes, no pants. She's walking around in an alley. Because I think I also didn't realize she was dreaming here yet either. So I was like, why are you going outside like that?
Yeah, I get you.
We see a tricycle moving by itself. That is also recurring through the franchise.
Yeah, the tricycle. Oh, it's so unsettling.
And then we see the silhouette of a man again. But this time his arms start growing super long.
Yeah, so you want to hear how they did that?
Yes.
Okay, so they elongated them by having men with fishing poles on each side of the alley operating a set of puppet arms attached to Robert Englund.
That's so funny.
Like the visual of that sounds so funny, but it looks really creepy.
Yeah, and you're like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, for sure.
And then we finally see Freddy Krueger's face. Though it's dark, you can still see the burn marks all across his face, but we're seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
He chases her back toward the house. The way he runs through the alley.
Oh my God. He's like the boogeyman, but also like
trying to be funny almost.
Almost animalistic, like, very goofy. Just like, I'm coming to get you.
Like he's flailing.
Yeah.
So he catches up to Tina. She's trying to run back into the house and he's like, Tina, watch this. And he just cuts off 2 of his fingers. Green shit starts squirting out.
It's gross, man.
He jumps on her. They tussle. They're on the ground.
Dude, she says, God, please. And he says iconic line, this is God.
Oh shit, I didn't even write that one down.
Dude, I don't know why, but every time I think of it, it always just like,
it's the Catholic guilt.
Oh yeah, good point.
He jumps on her. They're on the ground. She goes to grab his face and his skin comes off, like, revealing...
melts off. It's gross.
Just a skeleton face and he's just laughing. It's so scary.
He's into it, man. He loves messing with them.
That effect reminded me so much of like Tales from the Crypt.
Ooh, yeah.
I loved it. Tina does manage to get to her bedroom.
Oh boy.
Tina's death scene is wild.
It's horrific. It is absolutely... I've seen this movie about 1 million fucking times. The fact that my dad was like, you know what? Yeah, let's watch Nightmare on Elm Street. You're 6. I think you'll be fine. What?
You know what? I'm trying to think. I don't think there are any boobs in this movie.
I don't think there are. Are there?
If there are, I would have noted it, so we'll get to it. But no, I don't think there were. So then maybe that's why. Because you said before, it's like too much nudity. Oh, but this one?
Yeah. So I'm
Freddy Krueger?
Like, Dad, I don't know. This is pretty scary. But yeah, her death scene is just off full, man.
She is being attacked by Freddy in her dream, and Rod is in the room. He can see what's happening to her, but he can't see Freddy.
And she's like, so you're kind of seeing both sides, right? Like you see Freddy attacking her, but then you see it from Rod's POV where it just looks like she's being attacked by something. You can't see it, and she's flailing and screaming, and all of a sudden she starts getting scratched, and she starts bleeding, and she's being pulled up the wall, on the ceiling, the sound she's making, there's blood going. It's so, oh my God, it's terrifying.
The sound she's making really sat with me because they're guttural.
Yes.
She's not just screaming high pitch.
No, dude.
Especially when she first gets yoinked into the air.
Yoinked.
Yeah. But yeah, she's dragged across the ceiling. It's the duration of the scene also, I think, makes it feel more brutal.
Yeah.
And she kind of reaches out for Rod, then she collapses onto the bed. And there's a splash of blood that hits Rod. So in that documentary, Never Sleep Again, they do show what they cut from that movie. So they show Tina hit the bed and splashes of blood come out because they had so much blood pooled on the bed.
Yeah.
But a lot of censors wanted that cut. So you just see the little splash hit Rod.
Oh, I think it would have been cooler to have seen all that blood, man.
Ugh.
Rod looks traumatized.
I
Could
mean,
you
yeah.
imagine?
No.
No.
No, I can't.
Absolutely not.
So Nancy runs up there. She's like, what's going on? She sees what's happening. And then we pretty much cut to Nancy being brought to the police station where we learn that her dad is a lieutenant.
Right. And Rod also went out the window.
Oh, yeah.
So Rod took off, which
Yeah.
is, I understand Rod, but also like doesn't look so good for you,
It
man.
does not look good at all.
No.
So John Saxon plays Lieutenant Thompson, and he was also a lieutenant. He was Lieutenant Fuller in the original Black Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a recurring role, not quite.
Right.
But he just has that lieutenant vibe, I guess.
Dude, we are covering Black Christmas this season, man.
I'm so down.
That is my favorite slasher. I love that fucking movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So there's tension right away between John. I think his character's name was also John, but Lieutenant Thompson and the mom, Nancy's mom, Marge. So they're separated or divorced. And you can feel that right away. They're kind of like bickering. And Lieutenant Thompson thinks that Rod murdered Tina, and he's upset that Nancy was even over there.
Yes, because she wasn't supposed to be over at Tina's house.
Yeah.
Right. But Nancy is trying to like explain about the dreams, and the parents are just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
They're not buying it, or they just think that she's very stressed, or she doesn't know what she's talking about, or whatever.
And Nancy is just telling her Tina dreamed this would happen to her.
Yeah.
And that's why we were staying with her, because she was scared.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound that crazy.
I don't think so.
Saying someone dreamt something was going to happen, I know some people might not believe it, but it doesn't sound like the craziest thing.
Agreed.
She didn't see Tina get dragged up the wall.
Yeah, I agree.
So we learned from the news the next day that Rod is on the run.
Yeah, number one suspect killed her with a razor blade.
Yeah, or some type of similar blade to a straight razor. Nancy's mom is trying to tell her not to go to school, which is understandable, but Nancy wants to keep busy.
Yeah, she does, and she takes a huge swig of coffee too.
She's drinking coffee, which maybe kids do nowadays. Like I could see teen girls drinking coffee.
Oh, they do.
But when I was a kid, that was not a thing, right?
I didn't drink coffee till I was in college.
Yeah.
That's when I started drinking coffee.
One of my aunts used to make us kiddie coffee, which is for kids. She would literally pour like this much coffee, the tiniest bit, and the rest would be like milk. And we would pretend we're drinking coffee.
That's cute.
I thought it was cute.
I think that's super cute.
But seeing a kid drink coffee did feel weird to me in the 80s. I was like, yeah, that doesn't feel natural. Maybe it does now.
Now for sure it does. But I didn't drink coffee. Like I think college, when I was doing like essays the night before, that's when I started drinking pots of coffee like a crazy person.
Like
and now
Nancy?
And now I'm addicted,
You had coffee pots under your bed plugged in?
No, for real. Just like ready to rip at all times. So Nancy's walking down the street and she notices that there's a guy in a suit that's following her.
Yeah.
Looks like the Men in Black. And then Rod sneaks up behind her and grabs Nancy and pulls her like into the bushes.
Yeah.
And Nancy's kind of like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are you doing? And she asks him if he killed Tina. And he said, no, I didn't. But there was someone else in the room with us.
Yeah.
And Nancy's like, well, what, did you get a good look at him? What did he look like? And he's like, no, like he didn't get a look at him at all. And Nancy mentions how much he was screaming.
Yeah, and she also says the door was locked from your side.
Yes, exactly. But it doesn't. And then he says to her, like, do you think I did it? And Nancy's like, no, I don't. So she doesn't actually think that he did it.
Yeah.
But it is confusing for sure.
Absolutely. So then the cops swoop in and grab Rod. He is, by the way, he starts running away, but they do catch him. He's in a leather jacket, no shoes, and no shirt.
And he has a razor blade on him.
Oh, yeah, he does. They find it on him.
A switchblade.
Not good.
No.
I wondered if they just said that, to be honest with you.
Oh,
if they like planted it.
Oh, maybe.
Or did they show it?
No, I'm pretty sure he shows it earlier in the movie that he has a switchblade. Yeah. But essentially, Nancy's dad just like sets her up here.
Yeah, and Nancy realizes that. That's why that guy was looking at her from the bushes, because it was someone in his force.
Yeah, she's pissed.
Yeah, she's like, "You used me, Dad," and runs away.
Yeah, she takes off. She goes to school.
Yeah, she goes to school, but she's falling asleep in class.
Yes, the teacher is discussing Shakespeare.
And the teacher is played by Lynn Shay, who many of you may recognize from the Insidious franchise, amongst many other movies.
Oh, yeah. You totally pointed that out.
And the teacher makes, I think she is credited as just the teacher here, but she makes a boy go read in front of the class aloud. And he starts quoting a line from Hamlet. "Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams." But halfway through that quote, all this other shit is going to go down. And he keeps reading it while Nancy is in her dreamlike state, but he's reading it like whispering and staring at her. And it's so creepy.
It's super creepy. Yeah.
Especially when he says that I have bad dreams.
Dude, it's super creepy. She's asleep and then someone whispers her name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she walks out of the classroom, follows the voice, and sees Tina's body, dead body, being dragged in a clear body bag. And then there's like a trail of blood streaking behind her.
This scene also sits with me for some reason. Now in hindsight, I feel like it's relatively simple.
Yeah.
But it's her, because at first when she looks over at her desk, she sees Tina standing there in the body bag calling to her, right? When she sees the body being dragged, yeah, her legs just lift up. Like you could tell someone is picking her up, but Nancy can't see who it is.
Yeah, dude. I think about this scene like often. Like I was telling you, I have like I think of like lines from movies all the time.
Yeah.
Like Scream runs through my brain 24/7. This is one of those scenes that I think about quite often. It's so unsettling and it really freaked me out as a kid.
Yeah. Oh, definitely as a kid. She runs through the hallway. She bumps into this hall monitor.
Yes, the hall monitor has like pigtails and is dressed in Krueger's colors, like a sweater similar to the one I'm wearing. But she's wearing a dress and she's wearing like knee-high socks. And when Nancy crashes into her, she falls down. This girl falls down and says, "Hey, where's your hall pass?" And Nancy's like, "Screw your hall pass." And she runs away. This is obviously Freddy Krueger.
Yes, because then the girl does turn around. And even though she looks like herself, she's wearing Freddy's glove and she has Freddy's voice.
Yes.
So creepy.
Yeah.
So Nancy ends up in the boiler room because boiler room brawl all the time. Freddy appears and he ends up cutting his own skin to like scare her. He likes messing with people.
Oh my God. Yes. And he's like huffing. Like the way he's breathing too is just like.
When he cuts his skin, green ooze and maggots come out. I fucking hate maggots. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
The music picks up now and we got a chase scene.
Oh, he is running after poor Nancy, man.
Yeah, Freddy corners Nancy, and before he can get her, she burns her arm on one of the pipes to wake herself up.
Okay, also, can we talk about right off the hop how Freddy is like
making gestures
a
at her?
little horny. Like there's there's a little bit of like sexual innuendos or sexual advances happening here. He sticks his tongue out and is like, how would you describe that?
He's making a sexual gesture at her with his tongue.
Yeah, that's a good
I don't
way of
even know
saying
how
it.
else to describe
But yeah,
it.
so like right off the hop, he's already like being a perv.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the documentary, they do talk about, like Wes Craven talks about how they initially, Freddy was going to be a child molester.
Yes.
But they really tried to steer away from the molester part, understandably.
Yeah, there was like, I want to say there was something going on in California at the time.
Yes.
And they didn't want to, they wanted to like switch gears and have him be a child killer.
Not that that makes that any much better, but yeah, they didn't want people to think that they were specifically exploiting that true crime that was happening.
Right.
At that time in California.
I'm very glad that he is not a child molester because it would be very hard to be such a big fan of Frederick if he's doing that.
But killing him? Well, go right ahead. I'm just kidding.
I mean, no, but
but
I can live with it. I can live with that.
That's also why I hate the remake.
Oh, I can't even talk about
We
it.
can't talk about
No,
it.
no,
We can't
no,
talk
no,
about
no.
it because why did you go back there? Anyway.
Like, why?
Why?
Okay, anyway.
Okay, maybe we'll talk about it more in the extended. Patreon extended.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay, so she burns her arm to wake herself up. It is interesting. She does this motion you can see on YouTube where she kind of, to the side, she burns it. The burn mark when she does wake up is like over here on her arm a little bit.
Yeah.
I did notice that.
The burn does wake her up though.
Mm-hmm.
Smart move on Nancy's part for sure. Because she didn't really know if it was going to do anything, but she tried and it got her right out of that dream.
Yes.
The music, I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but the music is amazing in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it just adds so much to it. I love it.
Yeah, the teacher comes over and she's like, "I'll call your mother. You can head home." And I mean, her friend was just murdered the night before. I think it's understandable that the teacher knows she's not well right now.
Right. Yes. And Nancy does just like take off. She's like, "Oh no, I'm fine. I'm good. And she just like runs out of the class, right?
Yeah.
And Nancy then goes to the police station to visit Rod in the holding cell.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells her here, I don't know if he said it earlier, I might have jumped ahead, but he tells her that there was someone else in the room when Tina died. He describes the razors like cutting all at the same time. So basically like it was as if a claw scratched down Tina. This is definitely triggering something in Nancy as she starts to piece together that she's been dreaming about the same guy.
Yeah, specifically the knives for fingers makes her realize that they're dreaming about the same person. And also he mentions that he could not see the person that was doing this to her.
Yes.
To Tina.
Exactly. And Nancy looks so spooked. She like backs away. She just looks very, very freaked out. And obviously anyone would. And this is here where Rod asks her, like, "Do you think I did it?" Nancy says no.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nancy's piecing shit together here. Poor Rod, though. I mean, he's still a douchebag, but I really feel bad for him.
Yeah. So we cut to Nancy in the bath.
Oh, it's so iconic. Yo, I have this visual. Like, she's in the bathtub and her legs are open. Okay. And she's just chilling. And she's reciting the nursery rhyme, the Freddy nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
Okay. She starts to doze off and Freddy's hand, like the glove, starts to come up between her legs.
Yeah.
And I have that picture framed in my bathroom.
Wild.
I just put it up. It's black and white.
I love it.
I love it so much.
Yes. I also was wondering when she was reciting that. At first I was like, wait, how and why are you singing this? But I think it was just in her subconscious.
Because they've all been having the same dream. So she's definitely seen those kids before playing hopscotch or not hopscotch, jump rope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This was also special effects. Jim Doyle, the guy I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
He was playing Freddy's glove or holding Freddy's glove in the scene. I have a breakdown of how he did it, but we'll talk about that toward the end.
I love it. I think it's such a great scene. And again, a lot of sexual undertones here.
Yeah, definitely. So Nancy starts falling asleep in the bath. Even without Freddy Krueger involved, this is very dangerous.
Absolutely. Well, I don't get, I don't fuck with baths, but yeah.
I do love baths, but yeah, falling asleep in them is very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Her mom knocks on the door, waking her up, thankfully, before, right as Freddy's glove is coming out. And she says, "Don't fall asleep in there. You could drown." And Nancy's basically like, "Whatever, mom."
Yeah.
Falls back asleep again.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking her mom. She says, "Whatever, mom." And then she's out.
Yeah. I don't think she literally says "whatever, mom," but I just added that in. But,
yeah.
but that's the vibe.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
And she does immediately fall asleep. She gets dragged under by Freddy, and the bathtub looks like it's as deep as the ocean.
I was scared of this happening to me a lot as a child. And I'm not going to lie to you. I still kind of think it might when I get in the bathtub. I know.
That's why you don't fuck with baths?
It's one of the reasons I don't fuck with baths.
One of the many reasons?
One of the many reasons.
And also Jaws?
Well, Jaws, I'm convinced is going to come right through the fucking bottom of the tub, man.
What?
Just like Freddy.
Through the drain?
Oh, yeah. Just scoop me up, man, in his mouth. Shit.
So Nancy starts screaming. And so her mom, of course, starts freaking out. She's picking the lock to get into the bathroom. And then when she gets in, Nancy is just like, "Sorry, mom, I slipped. Like, it's fine."
Yeah.
Literally, Nancy was screaming for her mom. And then it's like, "No, it's okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
Nancy goes in the medicine cabinet for some stay awake pills. That's actually what it says on the bottle.
Yeah, pep pills, man. People in high school used to take those and do things with them. I didn't, but they did.
What is that? Is it just like Adderall?
It's caffeine.
Oh, caffeine
It's
pills.
caffeine pills. Yeah. I think back then they were called pep pills.
That sounds, is that what Jesse was taking in Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, like caffeine pills. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The stay awake pills is what popped me.
Yes.
So later that night, Nancy is watching a black and white horror movie you may have heard of, The Evil Dead.
Yes.
So this is actually a little Easter egg exchange, if you will.
Mhm.
So in The Evil Dead, Sam Raimi included a poster for The Hills Have Eyes in the
Yes.
cabin's basement, which was, of course, directed by Wes Craven.
Yep.
And so Craven did this little nod to Evil Dead.
Mhm.
Also, then in Evil Dead 2, which we also covered,
Yes.
Freddy's glove is in the shed.
I think it's so cool that they did little like nods to each other.
Yeah, I love that.
I love it so much.
And then Glenn scares the shit out of her by climbing up through her window.
Can I also say that those pep pills, those like caffeine pills, if you have not slept, they're not going to keep you awake. Like
Okay.
they're not. It's like if you haven't slept and you're drinking energy drinks, it'll keep you kind of awake, but if you're
Yeah.
really tired, like you're not going to have a great sleep, but it's not going to keep you awake.
Yeah.
I feel for her for taking those. I'm like, girl, just stick to the coffee.
I would be terrified to fall asleep. Yeah, what do you do?
I'd be so afraid of having a heart attack taking those things.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Ugh,
I don't know,
no
heart attack or Freddy Krueger? It's like,
heart attack. Freddy?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Anyways, yeah.
So Nancy tells him that she has not slept, or really he can tell that she has not slept by the looks of her.
Oh, she's looking a little rough. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. She looks at herself in the mirror and she says, oh God, I look 20 years old.
Oh my God.
I was like, girl, I
Come
understand.
on.
I understand. Wait, how old is she then?
17?
Because is she in college?
No, she's in high school.
Okay, for some reason I picture that being a college classroom, but maybe I'm thinking of It Follows.
Definitely. Yeah. They're in high
Okay.
school. I would say she's 16, 17 at the most, maybe 15. Like, I
Okay.
think they're young.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Nancy tells him basically that she needs him to stand guard while she sleeps. And he's not really buying all this nightmare stuff, but he says he's down to stand guard. So Nancy's like, here's what we're going to do. And then we don't hear what she tells him.
Yeah. And he does think that Rod killed Tina. One thing I do like about Glenn, though, is that he's down. Like, he'll help her.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'll stand guard for you. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a very good one, but he tries.
He tries.
So we cut to Nancy walking outside her house in her PJs. And we don't really know that she's dreaming here, but she is.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of fog around when they're dreaming. I think that's usually an indicator like, oh, this might be a dream.
Yeah.
And she goes, Glenn, are you still watching? And he pops out behind a bush and goes, yeah, so?
I actually loved how they did that because in real life, Glenn is sitting next to her. But in dream-like, her brain has turned him into a person hiding behind a bush. I just thought that was really clever.
Yeah.
And very dreamlike.
And it also makes the viewer wonder, is she dreaming or is this happening in real life?
Yeah, exactly.
So Nancy heads to the police station.
Yeah.
And she's looking down through a window and she's watching as Freddy walks through the bars into Rod's jail cell.
Yikes.
Now Nancy sees Tina again in a body bag in the street. She almost looks like the image of the Virgin Mary, but with the body bag as the dress and the headpiece, how it's like hanging over her. That's how I saw it.
Oh.
I don't know if that was symbolic. They do a lot of religious symbolism throughout the
sure.
franchise, at least.
Yeah, they do for sure. Yeah.
I mean, we saw the crucifix fall earlier.
Mhm.
A giant centipede comes out of her mouth, and I hate that.
Like, you hate centipedes?
I hate centipedes. In Michigan, they're not that bad, but this one was one of those huge ones that you would see in like a tropical area.
Are you sure it wasn't a millipede?
Either way, I don't fucking like it.
Okay, can I just say one thing about centipedes? They spend most of their
Did
life.
you see my face?
I know. I'm
I
sorry.
went, I'm still going to hate them, Laura.
Listen, the listeners need to hear this.
Yes, that's true.
Centipedes spend most of their life cleaning themselves like cats. Like, they spend most of their life literally cleaning their like legs and stuff just like
Stop.
cats. Yes. And
Okay, I did need to hear that.
ever since I found that out, you know what, guys? You can live in my house.
Wow.
They're
okay.
and they're just so fast, but you have to think like, imagine how fast you'd be hauling ass if some big ass human like came like walking at you. You'd haul ass. You'd be like, dude, I'm just trying to take a shower. I just want to wash myself.
But I will say, okay, the ones in Hawaii, they bite and they're really dangerous.
What do you mean?
Centipedes are very dangerous in Hawaii. They're huge.
Like, how big?
I'm saying here, not so much. In Michigan, no. In Hawaii, you cannot let them on you. You'll get bit.
Will they kill you?
I don't know if it'll kill you. I don't know if they're poisonous. I actually don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, but let me just say this, guys. They're just like insect cats. So think of it that way. Okay.
I tried to write centipedes and it's not
I know. I can see
autocorrecting.
it. I can see you typing it. It's
But I'm
popping up on my screen.
Oh, I forgot we shared this note. Did you see, what does it even say?
It says entipesticides.
I'm highlighting it so I remember to talk about it in the Patreon extended. I'll look it up.
Oh, man. Okay.
Okay, so Freddie chases her through the street and she gets home. I'm talking about Nancy here.
Yeah.
Nancy gets home and tries to run upstairs, but her feet start going through the stairs like it's wet cement.
Dude, oh my God. Whenever this happens to me in dreams where I can't move, terrifying.
Oh my gosh. I haven't had that. I haven't had the dream where people are trying to run and they can't, but I have had, what is it called? Where you're paralyzed.
Oh, like
dream paralysis.
Dream paralysis.
Sleep paralysis.
See, I've had that too. Yeah.
Horrible.
I woke up in sleep paralysis once and it was one of the scariest experiences of my life.
I will say, I think I've said this before in an episode, knock on wood, that I've never seen anything when I have sleep paralysis, but I'm just frozen and I feel like I'm panicking because usually it'll be like when a blanket is really close to my face and I feel like I can't breathe and I can't move to move it.
Are you awake?
I'm awake.
Me too.
But I'm not.
Same.
I'm in wherever I'm actually sleeping. Like
Yeah.
if I was here, I would be seeing this.
Yeah.
But a lot of people that have sleep paralysis say they see something in the corner like shadows or people. I've never had that. Thank goodness.
I can't remember. It only happened to me once or twice. I just remember it being one of the most terrifying moments of my life. I couldn't move my entire body. It was so scary.
Yeah. Focus on wiggling your toes. That's my advice to you.
Oh, yeah. That's like in Evil, the show Evil.
Oh, I
That's
haven't
what
seen
they
that.
tell her. They tell her to try wiggling her toes or keep an elastic band on your wrist and snap it to wake yourself up out of a dream.
Really?
Yes.
That's so interesting because I haven't seen that show, but that's what I would do is wiggle my toes.
Great show, by the way.
I don't think I'd have enough dexterity to be able to move to snap something on my wrist. Like my hands won't move either.
No, that is true. Yeah, I know. It was one of the scariest things for sure. Yeah.
But anyway, she's running up the stairs. Her feet are going through the stairs. Very dreamlike. I do have more information at the end of how that was done. Freddie busts through the window of the door.
Yeah.
There's a little window on the door. It looked like he's pretending to be her mom, maybe.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And then he like rips the mask off and it's Freddie, which we already knew it was Freddie.
Yeah.
He has his arm like through that little window on a door.
Yeah.
It made me never want to have a window on a door.
No, the visual of it is so creepy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nancy gets to her room where she sees Glenn sleeping in the chair.
He fell asleep.
He fell asleep. Freddie attacks her. He's slicing up her pillows.
Yeah.
Feathers are flying everywhere. She's screaming. And then the alarm rings and she's able to wake up. She's like, Glenn, you had one job.
Yeah, like Glenn, why, Glenn? Why did you say you could stay awake if you couldn't? That's all you had to do.
And I'm sure it's because he's not taking it seriously.
Oh yeah, and like, yeah, for sure. It's a thing of like, yeah, sure, I'll stay up with you. And then
Yeah.
you're like, and then you both just like crash.
Glenn is just the sleepiest boy.
He's a sleepy boy. He's a teenager.
A very sleepy boy because he's going to fall asleep later too. So Nancy and Glenn go to the jail to check on Rod.
Yeah.
Because now she's like, okay, I saw Freddie going to Rod. Maybe it's happening in real life.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be dead if we go, you know?
Yeah. Her dad is there, which she was not expecting. And he also, of course, was not expecting her. He's like, what are you doing here at this hour? In the meantime, we see that Rod is sleeping in his cell.
Dude.
And the sheets are starting to twist.
Dude, this scene makes me so uncomfortable.
They start making a noose around his neck by themselves. We're not seeing Freddie here.
Yeah.
And they all rush to his cell. Or really, Nancy is like, I'm going to see him.
Yeah.
Rushes to his cell and it's too late. The other end of the sheet was going up like through these bars, through the ceiling.
Basically hanging him and making it look like he took his own life.
Yes. And it was dragging him up, which I feel like, wouldn't you see that and be like, how would he possibly have gotten that through there? Because it like went way crazy into the ceiling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, way too fast to die by hanging, I think, if you're being
Yes.
drug up that way. But nonetheless, Rod is dead.
Yeah, Rod's dead though, for sure.
So Nancy tells her dad that the man who did it is burned. He wears a red and green sweater. He has knives for fingernails. And her dad is like, okay, your mom needs to keep you at home.
Yeah, because let's not forget here, the parents know who Fred is.
Right.
The
We
parent-
don't know that yet.
No, we don't. But
Oh, I thought you were like, no, we do. I'm like, we do?
Oh, no. I'm just saying in general,
Yeah.
the parents know who Fred is.
Yes.
So her dad being like, you need to take her home.
Yeah.
Is it because well, Nancy's like, shook up, or is it because he's starting to wonder?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it really could go either way for
Yeah.
the viewer because, I mean, what she just said, he's burned, he has knives for fingernails. You're like, okay.
Yeah, you're like, but then at the same time, the burns. Listen, if you burn someone alive, you ain't ever forgetting that.
Yeah.
You know?
So her mom says, I've got one better. I'm going to get her some help. And she takes her to a psychiatric hospital.
Yeah.
They hook her up to all these monitors. They're watching Nancy's brain waves as she sleeps. The nurse is played by Wes Craven's then wife, Mimi.
Oh, I love that.
The doctor is telling Nancy's mother, Marge, that they still don't know what dreams are or where they come from, which I thought was interesting because I looked into it and there is still no scientific proof or
No, there's theories. They have like some idea, but like, yeah, there's not like concrete 100% this is what it is.
Yeah, they still don't know to this day.
Yeah. Yo, can I tell you something real weird?
Yes.
So I haven't been dreaming. And I'm one of those people that like when they dream, I dream vividly, like very clear. I can wake up in the morning and I can tell you every single thing that happened. And sometimes I write it down, right? I said to myself last night, I haven't dreamt in, I think, months. I just don't dream. And I literally said to myself, I want you to dream tonight. I fucking had a dream last night.
Was it a good one?
It was uneventful.
Okay.
It was just like real life.
But it was a dream.
But it was a fucking dream and I told myself to have it.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I love that.
It's not really crazy, but I thought that was interesting.
But no, I think that it is very interesting when people have the power to do that.
Yeah.
Can you lucid dream?
What is lucid dreaming?
I think it's when you
like you're in the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. I do it all the time.
I can't.
Like when someone's coming after me in a dream, I have a lot of dreams of like getting chased after or whatever. I can turn myself into Buffy and have Buffy strength. I do it all the time in my dreams, in my nightmares.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but I haven't been dreaming in so long, and I hadn't realized it until we were rewatching Nightmare, and I went, dude, I haven't been dreaming.
I guess there
And
have been.
I love dreaming. I love my dreams, dude. That's the best.
Yeah. Yeah, because even if you have bad dreams, you're like relieved when you wake up, right? You're like, oh, thank goodness that isn't real.
And it kind of just feels like you're going to like a different universe for a little while.
Maybe we are.
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I digress.
No, I like this conversation. I mean, this whole movie is about dreaming.
Let's talk more in extended.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, all of a sudden Nancy starts having like a nightmare. She's like kind of convulsing, right? Like there's obviously something going on. She's clearly having a nightmare, right? The doctor seems very confused by this, and I guess the numbers on the machines that are hooked up to her never get that high.
Yeah. And then when they wake her, she has cuts all across her arm.
Yeah.
And she pulls Freddy's hat out from underneath a blanket, and she's like, I took this from my dream.
So now we know that you can pull things out of dream world into reality.
Yes. And her mother, understandably, doesn't know what to do with this information. I can't say I would either in the moment. The next morning, Nancy is still drinking a lot of coffee, and now we see that her hair is starting to turn gray in the front.
Yeah, dude. Also, can I say, like, when you're drinking that much coffee, like, please drink water and have some electrolytes on hand, because the headache you will get from dehydration is no joke.
That just made me want to drink water really bad.
I know, right?
So Nancy is upset that her mother has not told her father to examine the hat. I was going to say examine the hat yet. And she goes, his name is even in it. It's Fred Krueger, Mom.
Dude.
And her mother knows who that is.
Oh, Mom knows right away who that is.
And she, without saying, I know who that is, she just starts talking about how, don't worry, he can't come from you. He's dead.
He's dead.
Fred Krueger is dead.
I would know.
Trust me. Nancy kind of takes a jab at her mom here for being an alcoholic because she grabs a bottle at one point. She says something about getting good and loaded. Her mother slaps her.
Yeah.
I mean, Nancy has had no sleep.
Yeah.
So obviously her patience is running thin.
Yeah. And I also think it's that thing too of like these parents, they don't believe their kids. Like they would rather be ostriches and stick their head in the sand than to address what's actually happening here.
Yeah.
The mom is an alcoholic. The dad is like overworking. Tina's mom is absent and is more preoccupied. I think at one point she goes on a holiday with this, boyfriend of hers. Like these are parents that I do think it's like ramifications of burning him alive, right? Like I think they're all dealing with it in their own way.
Yeah.
And I do think that Nancy's mom comes across like a little bit overbearing at times, but then follows it up with drinking and then really not listening to what her daughter's saying, So it really does like, because I know, I mean, I remember being a teenager and like there were real life things happening in my life that adults like didn't understand that it was that serious.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it was just because I'm, 15, it doesn't mean that the things that are happening aren't real and scary and hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes adults they don't listen to teenagers.
Absolutely.
So
the good news is her mother slapping her will definitely keep her awake. Way more than that coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But Nancy smashes the bottle of alcohol on the ground and leaves.
Yeah.
So she meets up with Glenn later in town and they're on this bridge and he starts telling her a story about like Zen masters and one can control their dreams by taking away a nightmare's energy and taking away its power. And he tells her that if she does encounter some kind of monster in a dream that she should turn her back on it and go into a magic world to make that nightmare disappear.
So, okay, like, I get what he's saying.
Yeah, he's basically like, I read this thing. I don't know. Maybe this will help you in your dreams.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't believe at least what she believes.
Right.
He thinks she's just having a nightmare.
Because it's like, it's not terrible advice, but it's also
Yeah.
like I just said that I can, like, I know when I'm dreaming and I can, but it's not like that. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh, let me walk into this magical world. It's not like that.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
But some people can do that. They can kind of decide where they go in their dreams.
That's
At
really
least they
cool.
say.
Yeah.
Nancy is reading a book called Booby Traps and Improvised Anti-Personnel Devices.
Yeah, man, she's learning what to do. She's
Yeah.
gonna make some booby traps for
She
this guy.
is. I can't wait to
She's
get to
got
that
a
scene.
plan, man.
Yeah. I just realized my note says Nana.
Nana.
That's supposed to say Nancy.
Uh-huh.
I told you my notes are everywhere. Nancy gets home. There are bars on the windows now.
Okay, this is what I'm saying about her mother being like overbearing, overprotective, but also being neglectful by being an alcoholic and avoiding like the real issues that are happening here.
Yeah, she's not helping her either. She's just like trying to control her.
Yeah, and like keeping her safe, quote unquote.
Right. But
You
then
know?
not talking to her and just getting loaded every night.
Exactly.
So bars on every window and the trellis that Glenn was climbing up has been torn down.
Yeah.
So she's isolating her.
Yeah.
Or, you know, she probably thinks she's protecting her.
She's protecting her. She's not.
Nancy is obviously pissed.
I'd be pissed. Oh my God. What, bars on the window?
That's a lot. People do that in the city, but I mean, for different
Ye-
reasons.
yeah,
you know?
not
not
to,
to
like-
keep people from getting out.
No, I was such a wild child when I was in high school. Like bars on the windows would not have kept me inside. I would have found a way out, man.
You have the nail file.
Oh,
the
yeah,
window?
exactly.
Her mom tells her they're for security,
Mm-hmm.
and Nancy is not having it. And then her mom says, "Come down to the cellar with me and I'll tell you." And for a moment here, I was like, wait, is this Freddie?
And I think it's supposed to make you feel that
Yeah.
sort of like uncertainty, right?
Yeah.
Because the bars on the windows is like pretty like over the top,
Also, you did that really fast.
like real fast.
I mean, I'm sure she had someone do it, of course, but that was real fast.
Oh, you don't think it was her just just nailing them in?
She could be a DIY girly, okay? Imagine getting
We
lit
stan.
and just screwing bars into all your windows.
That would be you and I, dude. That would be me and you.
Oh, yeah. If we were ever going to do that,
Oh, we would be like, okay, let's make a good time out of this.
yeah, let's garden and then put bars on the window.
100%. If there's one thing we can do, we can get it done.
So it's very ominous, but
Mhm.
Nancy does go down there with her mom, and her mom tells her that Fred Krueger was a child murderer who killed at least 20 kids in the neighborhood.
Okay, when I was like young, for some reason, every time I hear child murder, I would think about Freddy killing babies and children, but it's because he's killing teenagers.
Yeah.
But like whenever they say child,
Oh, yeah.
in my brain, I immediately go, oh, these are children, like 5-year-olds.
You're picturing like infants.
Yeah, or just like really, really little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, no teenagers.
Not that that makes it okay,
Oh, no,
but
no,
it
of
gives
course.
paints a different picture in your head.
Sure.
So he got off on a technicality. A judge failed to sign a search warrant in the right place and he walked.
Yikes.
So they did a little vigilante justice. A bunch of them chased him down to a boiler room, which is the recurring thing we see him go to in the dreams.
Yeah.
Poured gasoline all around it and lit that bitch ablaze.
Oh yeah.
And then she
Burned
goes,
him alive, man.
They burned him alive.
Mhm.
And then her mom goes, I even took his knives, and pulls the glove out just casually.
Dude. Like no wonder he's coming for Nancy.
Yeah, you have one of his objects.
You got his
Which-
glove, man.
Okay, based on this movie alone, the parents aren't really like the bad guys. They, in my opinion,
They're not the bad guys, but they're also not great parents.
they're not great parents for sure.
Like, you know, I don't think what they did was necessarily wrong. I know that sounds terrible.
It
of me.
wasn't legally correct.
It wasn't, yeah, I'm not telling people to go do that, but I'm
Right.
saying, like, you know, if these are your teenagers or a bunch of teenagers in the neighborhood that are getting murdered by this guy and he gets off, I don't know, like,
Yeah, he doesn't go to prison, and then he.
because then you have to worry about your kids with this guy living in your neighborhood still. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but Freddie obviously becomes much more of an icon throughout the franchise, and we'll talk about that toward the end as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Nancy calls Glenn and tells him she knows who the killer is and that she's going to bring him out of her dream. And he's like, how are you going to do that? And she says, the same way I got the hat. I'm going to get a hold of the sucker when you wake me up. And then she tells him to meet her on her porch at midnight. Okay, Glenn, You now have one job again. One job.
Midnight's not even that late, man.
I was thinking that too.
It's late for me because I'm an old lady and I'm in bed by 8:30. But like, like I could stay up to midnight and
as
be
a
like,
teenager.
yeah, no, oh my god, I was up until like the early morning hours, right?
Come
and then you would
on.
go. Then you would go to school on no sleep and
Yeah.
somehow survive.
Yeah. She wants him to hit Freddie with a baseball bat when she brings him out of her dream.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she says, whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Don't do it, Glenn. What do you think Glenn does?
He immediately goes to lie on his bed. If you know you're trying to stay awake,
Why would you lie down?
Why would you lie down? He's listening to music. He's watching TV.
Yeah.
Why? Nancy, however, is popping pills. Okay, those stay awake pills.
Uh-huh.
Her mother ends up tucking her in, and she's like, "The nightmare is over now, baby." And that baby voice, that breathy, like, it drives me crazy.
Like
I
in
hate
general?
it. Yes.
Like exactly like how?
Like that. I hate a baby voice, which is so funny because I know we talked about Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors having it. And how I love that movie.
Dude, her voice in that movie sends me into orbit.
Her voice is crazy in that movie for sure, but she's putting it on.
Yeah.
But that's what it sounds like here. It sounds like her mom, Nancy's mom, is putting that on. Like, it's okay, baby.
Everything's
that
gonna
type,
be fine.
especially in that, it's almost condescending, infantilizing.
Mm.
I don't know. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
It ain't for you, man.
It's not for me.
No.
So she takes Nancy's several coffee cups and coffee pots out of her room as she leaves. And as soon as she leaves, Nancy pulls a full plugged-in coffee pot out from under the bed.
She's like, I am prepared, man. I'm prepared.
Nancy tries to call Glenn, who is sleeping with his entire TV on his lap.
On his lap.
On his lap.
How close do you need to be?
Right. And
I say that as I'm holding my laptop and it's right up against my face.
your laptop isn't 100 pounds.
Okay, that's a good point.
Old
yeah.
TVs were heavy as hell.
So heavy, yeah.
And it's like on his pelvis. I'm like, doesn't that hurt you? I don't know.
That ain't comfortable, man. That alone would keep you awake.
Right. So Glenn's mom answers and his dad is pissed and grabs the phone from her because the mom is like, oh, she wants to talk to Glenn. And she's kind of like, gonna let her maybe. And his dad grabs the phone and says, he's sleeping. You'll have to talk to him tomorrow. And he says it really, really fast and then slams the phone back on the receiver.
So brutal, man.
And he goes, matter of fact, and then he leaves the phone off the hook. Which, for those of you who don't know what a landline is, leaving the phone off the hook meant no one could call you.
Oh, dude, I used to love my landline.
It's crazy to think that there might be people who really don't know what a landline is.
No, I know. I loved my landline.
I loved when I got a cordless phone. That was like, oh my gosh, I can take this into my room because I didn't get to have a phone in my room.
Dude, cordless phones, my friends had them way before I did. I remember when we finally got one, I thought it was so freaking cool. Do you remember the ones that were like clear?
That's
and, like,
what
colored?
I wanted.
I had a purple one, man. My mom got me one.
They always had that advertised in the fundraisers. Like if you fundraised for school,
yeah,
one of the prizes was a clear phone. And I wanted it so bad. I don't even think I would have been allowed to put a landline in my room.
Yeah.
But I used to take the cordless phone and talk all night, which is crazy because I hate talking on the phone now.
Okay, I love talking
Depending
on the phone.
who it is too.
I'm a voice memo on the phone kind of gal.
That's different. Voice memos are different too.
Yeah.
But back in the day, back in high school, I would be on the phone for like 4 hours at night.
Same.
Fall asleep because the cordless phone died.
Yep.
I'd wake up and get in trouble because my mom realized the dead cordless phone was in my room. So I was obviously up all night talking.
Dude, I used to fall asleep with it on me all the time. I love phone calls. I do my weekly calls with my gals. Like
I love that.
Once a week, I talk to there's like a list of people and I go on long walks and I talk to them for hours, man. It's the fucking best.
And then we just do voice memos.
Oh, listen, the podcast that I have sent AK. Oh my God.
I love it.
Dude, one day I sent you like 12 in a row because I had this long story to tell you.
I love it.
And you responded. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, she's into it.
I'm listening. No, the other day, I told you this off air. So I got a new couch and I steam cleaned the whole thing by hand with this little ass steam cleaner. And Marty was sending me voice memos. My tag team partner, Marty Bell. Shout out to the Hex. That's weird to shout out myself.
No.
Whatever. She's part of that.
Do it.
Shout her out. She sent me like so many voice memos. One was 5 minutes, one was 10 minutes, one because she had to tell me a story too. And I told her, I was like, I have to clean this couch before we do the podcast and I have to make sure it has time to dry.
Yeah.
So I have to do it now.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to hear me with this machine on. So it was perfect because she sent me those and I could literally listen to them like they're a podcast.
That's what I do, man.
Yeah.
Me and my sister voice memo every single day, every day without fail. I love it. If you're a friend of mine, guys, I just want you to know, send me the voice memo. I love it. I'm into it.
I love voice memos. Okay. Anywho, they didn't have voice memos at this time. So the receiver is off the hook and Nancy cannot call Glenn now. And then Nancy gets a weird call back on her phone. And it's like this high-pitched, unsettling noise. So she unplugs her phone. It rings again anyway. So we're already having a bad time.
Yep.
And the voice says, "I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy." And Freddie's tongue comes through the phone and like licks her.
Dude, it's so iconic.
It's so gross, but I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
So Nancy tries to run over to Glenn's, but her mother is drunk on the couch telling her how she locked it all up. She's literally like, "It's locked, locked up," like singing to her, almost like taunting her. And she's like, "You're going to get some sleep tonight, Nancy." Back at Glenn's, we see that he has fallen asleep. Freddie's arms come through the bed.
This actually really scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Oh my gosh, yes. Pulls Glenn and the TV through the bed, and the most insane amount of blood shoots out from the hole.
Like so much blood.
To the ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like way more blood than one human body could hold.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Glenn's mom walks in and sees this.
Oh my God, yes.
There was so much blood in his room, which was upstairs in the house, that when Officer Thompson got to the scene, there was blood leaking through the ceiling into the living room.
It's like, you want to talk showboaty? Like Freddie is like, I'm going to make a scene. I'm going to make a scene for the books.
Yeah, scene like none other.
Like he is, I think probably why he's one of my favorites. He's not just going to kill you. He is going to song and dance, man.
Yeah.
He is going to make this a moment that nobody forgets.
Yeah, even here where he was not funny yet.
He's still very dramatic.
Yes, very dramatic.
Yeah.
So Nancy calls her dad, who is across the street at Glenn's house.
Yeah, yeah.
And tells her that Fred Krueger did this and to come to the house and break the door down in exactly 20 minutes.
He's like, yeah, sure. You know what's really bothers me about this too is like, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the dad really didn't believe her earlier, or like didn't piece together that it was Krueger, and he's just in denial. Because he does seem very much in denial.
Yeah. He definitely thinks that she's not well at this point.
Yeah, but he knows, but Fred Krueger is real and was a real person.
And he must have been involved in that too, right? Okay.
For sure. He's a police officer. Absolutely. He knew what was going on. He probably helped kayfabe it, right?
Possibly. Or was, I guess it depends on how old they were when they did it.
True. Oh, that's a good point.
Because I also thought, I had it in my mind they did it as teenagers.
Oh.
But I don't know if that comes out later in later franchises.
Maybe they do. Did they say that in this one though?
I don't think they say in this one.
Whoa.
So I don't remember offhand.
Yeah.
And also, sorry if you hear a little tag. I'm wearing my shirt backwards right now. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm wearing a Blair Witch Project shirt.
That's a great shirt.
But the iconic ending, spoiler alert, is on the shirt, but it's on the back of the shirt. So I was like, okay, I'm wearing it in reverse for this podcast.
No,
so
it looks great though, dude. It
Thanks.
looks great.
The tag is just scratching my neck the whole time. It's fine.
Okay, can we talk about how here Nancy starts like setting booby traps? And I honestly wonder if like Home Alone was like inspired by this.
I was literally thinking the same thing because this was pre-Home Alone.
Yes, for sure.
So
for sure.
They were like, we want to do this, but not horror. We want to do it more like family-friendly movie.
Yeah, because Home Alone was 1990, I want to say, and this is 84. But she full on Home Alones.
She does before Home Alone.
Yeah.
So
booby
really,
traps, all kinds of shit.
Really, Home Alone is Nightmare on Elm Streeting.
That's right.
Is what happens.
Yep.
Also, her dad has told another officer to go watch the house just in case anything weird happens.
Right.
So Nancy then puts her drunk-ass mom to bed.
Yep.
Who has an extra large bottle of liquor under the blanket. I actually laughed at this because she's putting her to bed and the mom pulls it out from underneath
Crazy.
the blanket. I was like, girl.
Which like mirrors Nancy pulling out the coffee pot from under her bed.
Yeah. Nancy gets in her own bed and says a little prayer, the "Now I lay me down to sleep" prayer.
Yeah. I used to say it every single night up until I was in my 20s.
Wow.
Yeah. Like the Lord's Prayer.
I don't think that's the Lord's Prayer. I forget which one is the Lord's Prayer off the top of my head, but that one creeps me out.
Why?
I don't know. I think just acknowledging that you might die is scary.
I think I would say this one and then Our Father. I do them back to back.
Okay.
I did them up until I was like in my 20s.
Wow.
Yeah. I still pray, but I don't pray like that.
Yeah. So next we see Nancy go down to her basement to look for the glove in the furnace. She can't find it. She's walking around looking for Freddie now, and now she's yelling out.
Oh, she is calling him the fuck out.
Yeah, she's like,
what a
Krueger.
final girl, man.
Yes, Nancy, in my opinion, she might be the best final girl of all time.
She's a top tier.
For that reason, because she's not tripping and stumbling over shit, right?
No,
she's
no.
fighting back. She's calling Krueger out. She's like, Krueger, I'm here.
Yeah.
And also, one thing about being sleep deprived is you will stop giving any fucks.
Oh my God. Okay, when you are sleep deprived, you have to ask yourself like a few questions about how you're reacting to something.
Yeah.
Because I've full on, like, especially like traveling, there are times where you don't sleep And like I've had like full on crying, sobbing episodes that have nothing to do with anything. It's just because you're literally so tired.
Yeah.
And you have to put yourself to bed.
Yeah. You're too tired to care or to feel fear.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't feel nothing. You're just like, whatever, man.
You're numb. You just need to sleep. Your body's like shutting down.
It's kind of me yesterday. I'm not going to lie. I was running on like 3 and I was, whew.
But you did great.
Thank you.
So Nancy finds Glenn's headphones burnt up.
That's sad, man.
Yeah. So she knows that Glenn is probably gone.
He's toast.
And she probably, literally. And so she yells, "Show yourself, you bastard." And he does.
Oh, he's right there, man. He pops right up and he
Yep.
he is chasing her.
Starts chasing her. She jumps into the boiler room and ends up in her, or I'm sorry, from the boiler room and ends up in her front lawn.
Yeah.
Very dreamlike. I mean, she is dreaming here, obviously. Her timer and on her watch is going down from 5 seconds. So she leaps onto Freddy so that she's touching him when the alarm goes off.
Dude, it's so badass.
She wakes up and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And she sits up on the bed and she's like, I guess I am crazy after all. Then out pops Freddy.
Dude.
He is in the real world.
Dude, it is. It still to this day, it still freaks me out how he just pops out like
Yeah.
that. Oh my God.
She locks Freddy in her room and then she yells out another window for her dad. And she's yelling to the cop, like, get my dad, get my dad. And he's just kind of like, what? Like, not really understanding.
Yeah.
And then she's like, get my dad, you asshole, which I thought was so funny.
Hell, I mean, she has to. These adults are like useless, man.
And then he's like, oh, maybe I should get the lieutenant. Like, my guy.
So stupid.
Once again, these people that only had one job, they're really fucking it up.
Yeah, for real.
So she's trying to tell them that he is in the house with her. Freddy opens the door and gets hit with a sledgehammer.
Okay, I have to say, one thing about Freddy that I really do like, he does get his ass kicked a lot.
Yeah.
Like, especially when he's in like the real world.
Yeah.
He's fucked.
Yeah.
And I like that you see him like falling.
He has a weakness.
He has a weakness. And I'm obsessed with Scream.
Mhm.
And it's another reason why I love Ghostface, because he trips and falls and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like there's just a realness to Freddy actually getting his ass kicked here
Yeah.
and not being unstoppable.
I agree. Though I will also say, after, so much time has passed and I haven't seen the OG in a long time.
Yeah.
Seeing Freddy go through booby traps was fucking hilarious.
It's so funny, right?
I'm like, he is getting his ass kicked left and right. What is
Yes.
going on?
Yes.
Because everything in the other movies, the things that happen to him are much more like supernatural.
Yeah, but this one is I don't want to say it's grounded in reality here, but it kind of is like
Well, because he's in reality.
because he's in reality and he's also not as goofy.
He is not goofy at all in this one.
No, he's very much wants to get to Nancy
Yeah.
and he's just getting he's getting his ass kicked.
So yeah, he opens the door, the sledgehammer swings down on him, hits him in the gut.
So good.
He falls down the stairs.
Yeah.
He trips over a wire that's rigged to an explosive. I think it was like gunpowder in a light bulb.
Yeah.
They get to the basement. Nancy smashes a bottle of something flammable on him and lights his ass up.
Which, like, knowing that he was burned alive, how triggering.
I know. I was like, well, he is a child murderer, so like, who cares? But also, how fucked up, right?
Like, yeah, man, it's poetic.
This is a huge fire stunt. He runs up the basement steps and then tumbles back down them, still on fire.
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
Finally, her dad does run across the street. He sees smoke, so he's trying to break down the door. Nancy leads him to the basement because she's like, he's in here. And then she notices footprints that are literally on fire leading up the stairs to her bedroom.
I think it's so cool.
It was really cool. It was very flamboyant. I was going to say flammable.
Like showboaty.
Yeah, eccentric. I don't know. It was extra.
It was extra.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Freddy, man. He's
I know.
extra.
I know. They get up to the mom's room and Freddy is on top of her mom while he is on fire.
Dude.
Like choking her.
It's insane.
It's very upsetting. I say that a lot, but a lot of things in movies that we cover are upsetting.
Yeah, for sure.
So her dad puts a blanket over her with Freddy still on top, but when he takes off the blanket, it's just the mom's charred birdie. Luckily, we're not talking about anything that really happened because that would be really insensitive. But it's fictional characters, so we can laugh at it.
Keep it in, man.
Her charred body there that floats into like this smoky opening where her bed was. She like floats into the distance.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sinks. I was so confused there, and I should have known this was also part of a dream.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I felt so confused when I was watching this. I guess just because I didn't know where we were at.
But it's also supposed to be confusing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the bed is just perfectly made, like nothing happened.
Yeah.
And she's telling her dad, now do you believe me? And I think that's where I was getting confused because I'm like, wait, this isn't real, right? And because her dad is just kind of like, just very nonchalant of what
Well,
they just saw.
Denial,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But I think really what's happening here is that she's just dreaming.
Yeah, true.
So Nancy tells her dad, go downstairs. I'll be there in a minute. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So she turns away like she's leaving, similar to how Glenn suggested earlier. Freddie comes out from the sheet.
Dude.
Similar to the wall where it looks like he's just like stretching out in rubber.
Yes.
And she tells Freddie, I know you too well now. I know that this is all a dream. And I take back any energy I gave you. And then she goes to open the door. And he goes to get her, but he turns like pixelated.
Yeah, like it's like he's evaporating.
Yeah, and he just vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Nancy realizes now that that's how you stop it. You don't surrender to the fear.
Right.
Heather does talk about, Heather Langenkamp, who plays Nancy, talks about in the documentary how she feels that she doesn't know now in retrospect if the ending really does make sense with the sequels, because if that was the simple solution, then, well, he comes back. So she must have failed. And a lot of the people in the documentary, the Wes Craven, other people, the producer, Bob Shea, they talk about how they weren't sure how to end it. And they really went back and forth a lot on how to end it.
Yeah.
And they were afraid that it was going to, like, is it too anticlimactic? Should we do this? Should we do that? And that's how they ended up settling on the ending that we're about to see.
Because honestly, yeah, like he disappears, but he doesn't actually, because he pulls the mom through the fucking hole, the window.
Right. So they added more of that in the end to kind of leave it a little more open and a little more, yeah, is he gone? Is he not? It looks like he's not.
No, yeah,
right?
definitely not. Yeah.
But it looks like he is here because he's vanished.
Sure.
And we cut to Nancy leaving the house with her mother, who's looking much more healthy, by the way. She says she's going to stop drinking and everything.
Wow, she's not burned to a crisp?
She's like, I just don't feel like it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see Glenn, Tina, and Rod come to pick up Nancy in a convertible.
Yep.
The top closes when Nancy gets in, and it's striped green and red.
So if Glenn, Tina, Rod, and the mom are all alive, like obviously this is a dream.
Right, like what is going on?
Yeah.
Or was all of this a dream and they're alive?
Mm.
Well, the doors lock, the windows go up, the kids are trying to get out, they can't, they start screaming, and then the car speeds off into the distance, and we see the little girls jump roping again, singing the 1-2 Freddy's Coming for You.
Yes.
The mom, who is standing at the door.
Dude, okay, we have to talk about this like effect.
Yeah.
Because like
yeah, we do.
Like her getting pulled through.
So she's standing by the door, and then Freddy reaches through the window that's on that door and pulls her through it.
Yeah.
It is very clearly a mannequin.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
And
yes.
it's very frequently talked about how that wasn't the best special effect. And the people involved also know that it's just what it is.
It is what it is, man. Yeah, we get the point. But it just goes from like human to mannequin.
Yes, very, very drastically. There were alternate endings shot. They talk about how they shot so many different ways to do this. Like Freddy in the car, Freddy not in the car, like different ways to do it. And this is what they ended up settling on.
Yeah. I think it's great.
As a standalone movie, I don't think I would be fully satisfied with this ending, but I don't think too much about it because I know so much more is coming. So I think it's also having the hindsight of, I know where it's going. It's not just going to end there.
Yeah. I don't mind the ending, to be honest with you.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it wasn't even the end with the kids in the car.
Yeah.
It was the vanishing part and the like, I'm just going to turn my back to you and I don't believe in you anymore. I think that's what I don't think I would really.
But it didn't work anyways, right?
Right. Because we're going to see more movies, which they didn't know about at the time. They didn't know if it was going to get sequels.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see your point for sure.
I mentioned earlier, I think Nancy is possibly the most iconic final girl because she fights back in an era where so many of the final girls were just like tripping over themselves while being chased by killers. And I do believe that is what really set this movie apart at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Before Freddy became the icon that he is.
Yeah. I agree with you. I do think Laurie is a pretty great final girl too.
Of course.
I go back and forth on who is my favorite final girl. I go between Nancy and Laurie all the time.
Yeah, I think we talked about this in a Patreon Q&A recently, and we could not settle on a number one.
It's really hard because I'll say I love Sydney too, but Sydney's not going up against supernatural stuff. You could argue Michael in the first one, is he supernatural? Is he not?
Right.
I mean, it's implied he might be, but that's more the sequels. Whereas Freddy, right from the hop, he's a supernatural monster, and Nancy goes toe to toe with him. Like, that is pretty badass.
Yeah, and Nancy is absolutely the star of this movie because like we talked about earlier, Freddy's not funny yet. Freddy is not the witty character that we know him to be.
Right.
That didn't really come until like the third and maybe even the fourth movie, really, where he became that cultural icon.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So here he is only a child killer.
yeah.
Yes, he's extra, but he's not making jokes.
He's not making jokes, but he is showboaty.
He is showboaty for sure. I also think what makes Freddy so terrifying is that you cannot avoid entering his realm.
100%.
You have to sleep at some point. No matter how much coffee you're drinking, you're going to fall asleep.
A million percent yes. And I really don't know one person that has seen A Nightmare on Elm Street and hasn't thought to themselves, yo, this is actually like really scary.
Especially,
everyone.
Yes, especially as a kid, that's very distressing. Oh my gosh, the first time I ever saw, I want to say it's 4 where they do the waterbed scene, right?
It lives rent free in my mind.
The day my cousin showed me that, I was spending the night at her house. She had a fucking waterbed and I had to sleep on it with her.
Oh, that's horrible. That is, oh my God, that's so scary.
That's fucked up.
And also, waterbeds are so gross. Like, I just think about bacteria living in the water.
90s. It was the 90s.
80s and 90s, man.
Yeah.
I know. I remember I had someone I knew had a waterbed, and I just thought it was like the weirdest thing ever. But yeah, I mean, this movie is, God, it just holds such a place in my heart. I love it so much. There's something so comforting about it, and oddly, like Freddy is very comforting to me.
Mhm.
You know, and obviously he blows up. I mean, the amount of merchandise, A Nightmare on Elm Street merchandise that was sold during the 80s, that just continues to this day. To like, this is a new sweater. Like, you know,
Yeah.
this sign you probably got, what, at Spirit? It's
Yeah,
new.
like a few years ago.
That's what I'm saying. He's iconic, and I think he's going to live forever, like on and on and on,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And we highly, highly recommend you watch the documentary Never Sleep Again, The Elm Street Legacy. It's from 2010.
Yeah. It's from a while ago, but it's great. They cover everything. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, they go through like movie by movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really in depth. It's really good. Yo, did you know that Freddy's sweater at one point, like in the original script, it was black and no, sorry, not black and yellow. It was yellow and red.
Yellow and red.
Yeah, red and yellow.
Oh my gosh, she would have been like Hulk Hogan colors.
No, that would not have worked at all. Right?
Yeah.
I guess Wes Craven changed it because he read in Scientific American, an article in Scientific American that said that the two most contrasting colors to the human retina are red and green.
Yeah.
So that's why he changed it.
When I was a kid, I thought it had something to do with Christmas, of course.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah.
But this green is like pukey. It's like a puke green.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it very interesting in the film because, of course, there's so much information in this documentary
Yeah.
that we cannot tell you all of it.
No. There's
you
a
should
lot.
definitely go watch it. It's like over 4 hours long.
Yeah, for sure.
But I can tell you a few things.
Same.
So, of course, a lot of people want to know. Also, if you're watching YouTube, you're getting a little cameo by my cat Dolly.
Yeah, Dolly's saying hello.
He wants to walk on my lap, and I cannot let him because he's going to like shut down my computer.
You guys have like the exact same eye color. It's wild.
Thanks.
Oh, this like beautiful blue.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's my son.
So cute.
So Wes Craven says that he was inspired, this whole story, the whole plot was inspired by an article from the LA Times.
Dude, this is fucking wild.
It's very scary.
Yes.
I was shocked when I saw it was LA Times. It sounds like one of those fictional books you would pick up as a kid where it's like, and then the airplane crashed on the woman when she was standing in that exact spot 10 years ago.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm talking, or 10 years later? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like science fiction.
Yeah.
Just like creepy stories. But an article by the LA Times about young men who were dying during their nightmares in the Asian Rim or Pacific Rim. A young man told his parents that he can't go to sleep. I know that I will die if I do. And I'm paraphrasing what Wes Craven talks about in the documentary.
Yeah.
The father was a physician, so he gave him some sleeping pills. The kid did eventually fall asleep, but it took like a couple days. Started thrashing around and eventually died. The parents found his pills hidden in the bed, so he never took them. And the story he tells sounds very similar to the elements that he included in this first movie. The coffee pot was hidden away in the closet. They found that plus an idea from his previous Bible studies about the sins of the parents being visited on the children inserted into the plot. So a combination of those two things is what created Freddy Krueger.
Just tagging on to that, I guess like the autopsy results from that, what you just said about the guy who just like simply died. They investigators, I guess they did an autopsy on him, and he didn't die of heart failure. He just died.
And they couldn't figure out why.
They couldn't figure it out, and the medical authorities have since called the phenomenon Asian death syndrome, a variant sudden unexpected death syndrome.
That's terrifying.
That is so terrifying. I never even heard of that before. Bruguda syndrome
Okay.
is also what it's called. I've never heard of that, and I didn't do any research on it. I don't know. But if you guys know, let us know in the comments because I'm very curious about that.
Yeah.
You know, also, they only used $57,000 of their budget on all of these special effects, and the special
Really?
effects were huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a huge part of the movie.
I know, and they only allotted $57,000 to it.
Wild.
I know. I think that's pretty crazy.
So I mentioned earlier I was going to talk about the melting staircase scene.
Oh, yeah.
So in the documentary, Nancy says that this was made with oatmeal mix and mushroom soup and something like that, like mixed together, some combination.
Oh.
But Jim Doyle, the mechanical special effects designer, the same one that was Freddy's glove in the bathtub,
Yeah.
says that it was Bisquick, pancake mix.
Whoa.
So different people have said different things in different interviews, but that's from the documentary at least.
That's cool. I mean, I could totally see that. It's like thick and yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, apparently one of the main reasons why Johnny Depp was chosen was because Wes Craven's daughter thought he was dreamy, and she threatened to run away from home if he wasn't cast in the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that funny?
That is really funny. He was only 21 too in this
Just
movie.
a baby, man.
He was a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
On the DVD audio commentary, Wes Craven says that he was told this was the first film to use a breakaway mirror,
Whoa.
which I was very surprised by.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The words Elm Street are not spoken at all during this movie.
Not at all, and it's so iconic.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy how our brains like just piece together. Like you just think, oh yeah, they called him Freddy in that one, and they talked about Elm Street, but they really don't.
Yeah, it's just the title. That's
Mhm,
it.
mhm, mhm.
But yeah, they don't call him Freddy at all. I don't think at all. It's possible one or two slip in there, but he's definitely credited as just Fred Krueger.
Yeah,
And
Fred.
they call him Fred a lot.
So also, I think we should touch on the inspiration for the Freddy character.
Yes.
So apparently Fred Krueger was a schoolmate of Wes Craven's when he was a kid, and they shared like a paper route together, but the kid was like a bully, and he like bullied him for several years. In The Last House on the Left, he also used that experience as inspiration, calling the villain Krug. So I thought that was kind of interesting. That's where the name came from. And then Freddy's burns came from a man with like severe burn scars that Craven had once been like really scared of as a child. And then the attire, especially like the clothes being like dirty and shit,
Yeah.
was inspired by apparently an alcoholic hobo that Wes Craven was staring at. He was staring at him through a window when he was like 10 years old.
That's so creepy.
That's so creepy.
Ugh.
Yeah. But we love Freddy.
But we love him.
We love him. Yeah. Do you want to save some tidbits for Patreon, or do you have a couple more?
I have a couple more. I just think they're fun facts.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about more on the Patreon extended.
Okay.
But I know, especially because this is such an iconic movie and I'm sure people have dove so deep into it, I thought
sure.
it was very interesting to find that the knives on the glove were not fishing or steak knives, as many believe, but they're actually tomato knives.
Oh, very specific.
And someone says that P210 was the model used.
Okay.
So I found that very interesting.
Yes, I love that.
Like,
that is interesting.
I didn't know tomatoes had specific knives.
I didn't either, man.
Also, you might notice Nancy's house has a blue door in this movie. However, in all the sequels, it has the iconic red door.
Red.
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't even fucking notice that.
I didn't realize that at first, but I was like, why does blue feel wrong?
Yeah, because it's red.
Yeah, it's red in all the other ones.
Whoa.
So yeah, we'll save some more of these fun tidbits for the Patreon extended episode. But
Yeah.
I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street, come on.
It's a Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's the OG. It's the classic. So many movies have been inspired by this one.
Oh, it's just one of the best, man. I love it. I love Freddy. I will always fucking stand Freddy Krueger, man.
Hell yeah.
He's our guy. He's Frederick.
Frederick.
Hell yeah. Let us know if you loved the episode. And if you did, please, please, please give us a 5-star review on wherever you listen to your podcasts. We're also on social media at Chainsaw Girls Pod on TikTok and on Instagram. We also have an email, chainsawgirlspod@gmail.com. If you want to shoot us a message, tell us what you think about the podcast, or if you have any recommendations.
Yeah.
We also have a Patreon. And we are about to shout out our top tier patrons. You guys are amazing. Take it away, AK.
All right. We got James C., Adam VL, Alexis T., Chris S., Adrian G, Millie C, Franchise Driller, Heather D, David T, Rob V, Jonathan W, John M, David G, Jolene, Angel R, Gamers360, and Ryan K.
Thank you so much for being our top tier patrons. We love you guys so much.
Okay, bye.